guys? We're back. Welcome to Tuesday night chilling and chatting. Let's go show. Moving and grooving, walking and talking. Are you hyped, guys? Are you ready? Hopefully no one's doing a little squatting and speaking tonight. But if you are, please give this video a like and tune in. And you want to know about, hold on, let me scroll up here. I got a little cool thing to use. We'll do that later in the show. Okay, we'll do that later in the show, guys. We got a packed show, believe it or not, guys. We got nothing to talk about. There's no real big news, but we still have some things I'd like to touch on, including Claw Machine, Terminator 2. I have an updated render for you guys who have pre-ordered the Alpha 2 from Iconic Arcade, so stay tuned for that. And I got a few other renders to go along with that. I know that you guys in the chat like to mod much like I do, and there's a big bright future for modding. So I'm gonna try to inspire some of you guys with these new Dynamo cabinets that are gonna be released of what you could actually create with that Pi 5 inside, swap it out, and have a good old fun time, guys. But before we get started with everything, I got a poll in the chat. It's kind of piggybacking off of Mike B from last night. He said, guys, if there's other people that want to poll this, these home arcade companies, believe it or not, they do have people that do tune in and watch, along with other retailers that watch as well. So maybe we can kind of help guide them, help push them in the right direction, give them some ideas that they can jot down, and maybe that could come to fruition. Who knows, guys? So again, vote in the poll. We're going to touch on that. We're going to touch on Mike B's poll from yesterday, kind of compare the two, see where your head is at as far as what kind of games are you guys looking for? 80s, 90s, early odds? Does it even matter? You just want new titles? Let me know in the chat, guys. We got a packed show, believe it or not, and we're going to set some goals tonight, so hopefully we can accomplish those, if you know what I mean. You guys already seen it. We got some goals going on, so I want to just touch on that as well. Guys, like I said, if you haven't given this video a like already, go ahead and do so. Right there, give it a like right there. Let's go, baby, let's go. New little graphic that I wanted to pop up on there. Let's see what you guys have to say in the chat. I love you guys. Let's go. We got a bunch of people in the house, including Daniel in the building. Let's go. B Me is here. It's the news all in one piece. place. Yes, hopefully I can give you guys some news, more conversation, because guys, believe it or not, August has come and gone. I mean, it's almost over now, and we were supposed to hear stuff from Basic Fun, maybe some of the other home arcade companies, a little bit more than what we already know going into Q4, where we can kind of save and get ready for some pre-ordering or purchasing, right? And there hasn't been really any of that, and I'm thinking that some of the tariffs have pushed some of this stuff back. So normally speaking, we would be in that heat of the month right now to go ahead and do so. The dog days of August have come and gone, guys, and so now maybe we're looking at September, October to maybe get that news. I don't know at this point. I'm much like you guys, kind of just waiting around and wondering what is going on exactly. And maybe some of that product will have now been pushed back to November, December. We already know the Alpha 2 World Warrior cabs from Iconic Arcade, the John D joint is going to be hopefully arriving just in time for Christmas. I mean, literally, Santa is bringing it on his sleigh, guys. As we touched on with Paul Multi-Cade Mindeman, the orders from China will be shipping in October, and they take a little bit of time to get here, process at the ports, and distribute it out. So we shall see, guys. Fingers crossed, because I really want my Alpha 2 cab as much as you guys as well. We got Vic Vicious in the building. One of my moderators also came up with Trivia Tuesday. We're bringing that one back, so he's got a question for you guys, and we'll touch on that after I say hi to each and every one of you guys. But Vic Vicious says, I voted both for the poll because more variety is always better. Speaking of variety, where the F is Basic Fun? It's almost September. It's exactly what I'm saying, guys. Where are you? They're new at this. So yeah, maybe you got to cut them some slack. Maybe they just don't know to jump the ball and get it rolling. But you got to build the hype train. At least drop a little sprinkles on something, right? We got to know, we got to see pictures. We got to know a lot more than a photo of like a box that's like half there, right? We got to know artwork. We got to be able to talk about it. We got to be able to promote you guys for free, essentially. That's what YouTube is doing, guys. We're talking about it, and we're promoting your product all over the place. So when average people go to, look this stuff up, they can see a slew of videos that are on said topic. But if you don't give us anything, we're just talking speculation for a couple hours, right? People don't want that. People want the facts and the truth. Must be a Tuesday. J-Rod, you are 100% correct. He's going to follow that with, now that my arcade Room awaits my FU cabinets, which huge shout out to Glenn, by the way. J-Ron, thank you for bringing that up. Glenn, I mean, obviously you surpassed what even you thought. Let's be honest here, right? Glenn was like, he was talking to me behind the scenes, worried, like, I don't know if I'm going to even make it. Dude, you not only made it, you blew it out of the water, much like Wonderland Amusements did on their Kickstarter. And that just shows you guys, we in the home arcade community, people among us, we love retro arcades, we love retro gaming, and it's only going to grow from here, guys. You know, retro bar arcades are on the rise. Arcades are back, baby. And you can see it here with the numbers. The numbers don't lie. Over $500,000 that were raised on 280 backers. G.I. Joel, again, doing his thing too. It's so cool to have all of these options, and we got to see this. This is just literally the beginning, guys. The seeds of the future of home arcade have just been planted, and now we get to watch this grow up into Christmas, guys. So we gotta, this is really, really cool, man, because, you know, I was really like kind of worried, you know, once Arcade 1-Up kind of just dipped off, I'm like, damn, man, I'm just gonna have to buy a couple dynamos and mod them. And you see those mod projects behind me, and then maybe try to figure out something, maybe do a Dynamo Tekken, and then maybe see if I can get a custom build like Sega Star Wars Trilogy, like from a person like G.I. Joel, right? And then kind of just, that's it. The journey's over, and you just enjoy your games, right? There's no more selling, there's no more trading off. It's kind of just it, right? But with all this news that we got back in January, CES, I mean, it's literally planted, and it just sucks. Wait, I hate playing the waiting game, especially when you were promised in June, and we're not even close to that. It's going to be 1 year since that release date that it'll probably end up in your home. So again, patience is key, I guess, but a lot of these, I mean, January is going to be the start of something hopefully spectacular, guys. Don't want to go on too much of a tangent there, because we got Dan Z in the building saying hi to each and every one of you guys. Dan, let's go. Scrolling on down, we got Julio Hernandez, another one of my moderators. Good evening, peeps. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Thank you so much, guys, for stopping on by. Let's party. I love it, Garage Gamer. I think I got something like that.
Let's party. Go for broke.
That's right, dude. Let's go. Oh, that's awesome. Stupid Fat Hobbit is in the building saying, I wonder if Basic Fun delay on WrestleFest news has anything to do with Hogan's death drama going on currently. Like, they don't want to promote him with investigation out of respect. That's a good kind of speculation. I don't think so, just from my 2 cents, but who really knows, right? Who really knows? Maybe that could be it. I just think Basic Fun is letting this one cook, right? Because these things are coming out for Christmas, and I think a big majority of that had to do with the economy and everything that was going on. A lot of delays. Companies didn't know what the heck was going on, because the way everything was up and down, one minute it's here, 1 minute it's there, 45%, 30%. I mean, you guys get it, right? It was all over the place, and nobody can plan. You know, I went on Marketplace and started just looking for cabinets, buying low kind of thing on some of these cabinets and fixing them up and stuff, and saying like, hey, if this is the thing, I don't want to spend $800 on a deluxe cabinet. I mean, you guys saw the At Games products. Shout out to $900. They're At Games Legends Ultimate. Like, are you out of your mind? I think at most it's the $300 product, but it's the way the economy was. So I did not want to dive into that at all. I wanted to kind of buy used and kind of just fill up the game room. But now things hopefully are settling back down to normal, and I think you're going to start to hopefully see some stuff. I just think they're delayed. Instead of September, October, maybe it's October, November, December. Hopefully the stuff will be here. But yeah, I think kind of that's the route it's going to take. Prince Vinny, thank you so much, man, for being here. Let's go. Another CornerCade crew channel member. Jason, one of our moderators in the building, not only moderating the home arcade space, but the karate community as well. Little taekwondo for all those you don't know. Let's go, baby. End of the line is in the house. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Thank you for stopping by. Joe Kate is in the building. Let's go. Giving the fist bumps out. Mike Hawkhurts, CornerCade crew channel member. This poll question is deja vu. That's right. That's right. I disclosed that. I disclosed that. I wanted people to know he's more excited about the late 90s, early 2000s titles, which I want to get your guys' thoughts on that when we get to that segment, because I do like that. I do like the notion of having more powerful light gun games. We never thought that would be the case, guys. Let's call it for what it is. We thought, what, Big Buck Hunter, Time Crisis with the power of Arcade 1-Up's PCBs were probably going to be the max that we were going to get out of this, but now we're talking things that could possibly run on a mini PC, and that said company, Iconic Arcade, is working with Lenovo, right? So that is all grouped together, and they could source some pretty easy mini PCs for a more affordable price instead of shooting those cabinets up to $2,000, right? Because no one wants to pay that. But yeah, so we'll talk about that because I fell in love with this hobby, and I also fell in love with 80s games as well. So your classic Cuberts, your Robotrons, your Crystal Castles, your Centipedes, just phenomenal games. They're so cool. That's why this space is so awesome. Vic Vicious says, Danny, look at that iconic design. Perfect for a Primal Rage. I can see it. That'd be kind of interesting. John J, hello everybody. Thank you for stopping by. Paul Mindeman is in the house. Let's go. That's all the news until we start inserting more coins. Pretty much, man. Of course Santa's real. Come on now. My kids might be watching this. Of course Santa's real. Santa might be bringing a claw machine to the cornercade, and we're gonna touch on that, guys. Because I want to try to save some money there. But we'll see what's going on. Stock Jock, thank you so much, man, for coming on by, swinging on through. We got Jason S is in the building. Huge Double Dragon fan. That's one I'm waiting for too. That would be super cool if and when it comes. We already know it's gonna come. Come on now, let's go. And then I think a Tekken should follow that, or some sort of light gun game. That would be dope, son. I love it, guys. CornerCade Crew channel member Chris C is in the house, man. Thank you for saying hi and stopping on by. I think we caught up with a majority of the people. Let's see what I got going on here. Stock Jock, you're crazy. I love it. Thank you so much. 10 CornerCade Crew channel memberships went down, which, in fact, I got to post something that I was doing a lot of show prep, guys. Believe it or not, I got a lot to show tonight. And so I got something for the CornerCade, and you channel crew members are going to know that firsthand. Actually, you're the only ones that are going to know, because that's the only place it goes, guys. All the behind-the-scenes stuff goes to there, so I'm going to take a picture and show it after the show. I got to get that after the show, because I digress, because I was busy doing stuff, but we got a whole bunch of members joining. Let's see who I got. We got Sneaky Pete, Devastator Omega, C North, let's go, Robot Ron, and Provolone Joe are the names that I recognize. So congratulations, guys. Welcome back to the CornerCade Crew. Absolutely love it. Thank you, Stock Jock, so much. You don't have to do that, but I really do always appreciate the support, man. Always appreciate the support. Where we at here? Let's do
Go for broke.
Dude, look at this. I love this.
I can't believe my eyes.
Dude, I got the Street Fighter Alpha 3 announcer in the building.
Great. Super. Excellent.
Absolutely love it. I thank you, Garage Gamer, for pulling those clips for me. It's amazing. So I got a special treat too if we can reach our goal, guys. We're gonna have a lot of fun tonight. Let's go. I got a Sea of Green in the house, like B Kirby right here. What's up, fellas? Thank you so much, man, for stopping by and hanging 10 at the CornerCade, man. I really do appreciate it. Let's see, yeet. I got one of those too, I think. I got to get a Steam Deck so I can just hit them, right? But hey, chat, can I get a yeah? Yeah. Give me one more. Yeah. There we go. Steve Sale is back and in the building. Happy belated birthday, my friend, my golfing friend. Absolutely love the camaraderie that when we get on the golf course, man, it's awesome. Speaking of golf, guys, did you check the CornerCade out at the Pixel Putt tournament, dude? We had to do a play-in. We got screwed here at the CornerCade. No pun intended here, but we had to do a play-in against one of the better players in Walkabout mini golf, guys. I had to take on MG, and it was a battle to the end. The CornerCade won. Let's go, baby. We advanced. And then I was supposed to play Meatball Saucy. I don't know what happened. And Meatball knows that would have been an easy W. He already knows. We would have just been having fun. We could have been in the semifinals, but we had to then play Chaotic BPR. And man, oh man, we went down to the wire. And I'm telling you guys, Chaotic, phenomenal player. Huge shout outs to you. Congratulations for moving on out. I know he went on to play Mr. Hector, and I think I don't know. I don't want to spoil any if that was released yet, but yeah, hole 17 on 8-bit layer screwed me. I had a putt that was like not even 4 feet away, and I missed it. I choked a little bit, and then on 18, I had like 4 opportunities to sink it right into the robot's chest, and I should have got it done in twice, right? You play to play, and if you don't make the plays during the playoffs, you're out. So Chaotic capitalized, and we ended up tying, and we went to a sudden death playoff, hole 2 on sudden death, and I finally lost. So huge fun all around. Shout outs to Brooklyn Menace for live streaming that, recording it. Huge shout outs goes to Patrick P-Dubs Arcade Loft for hosting that tournament, and hopefully he'll do another one because I had a blast, dude. I think we could crank that whole thing out in like one day. I think we could crank it out because that was rapid fire. We can just get that all done in one day. But I had a blast and really cool on P-Dubs for throwing out like prizes and hosting the thing. He had the graphics going, like it was like ESPN 8 the Ocho. I loved it. I loved it. But Steve, thank you for stopping by, man. Mystery Encoder is in the building. I'm mad at other YouTubers. Hopefully it's not me because I know Mystery Encoder likes to raise hell, dude. He's like Stone Cold Steve Austin in the community. Kato is in the house. Hogan merchandise is actually selling well right now. Part of the reason why I scored my NWO shirt, you know. I've always contemplated on getting it, and then obviously all this news happened. It's like, you know, just live your life, do it, because before you know it, it could be gone, guys. So I said, you know what, I'm ordering the NWO shirt. I'm doing it. And look at that. So that's part of what Kato's saying here. And no doubt had the delay had to do with Hogan. So maybe, who knows, right? Who knows? If that ends up being the case, and there is no Hogan, it's a no-go for me. Yeah, that'd be a real tough sell. If you go down that WWF roster back in the day, I mean, there's a lot of bangers. There's like 10 more guys that could be in there. And that would really suck because Hogan is up there as far as, you know, iconic guys to pick from, you know. I know. This guy right here. The other content creators aren't live, so I gotta watch this guy. Hey, you know, I'll do my best to entertain you on a Tuesday night for an hour, right? Israel Gaming's in the building. Another CornerCade crew channel member, Skyhook. Let's go, baby! Coming all the way from the other side of the pond. Thank you so much, man, for being here. Awesome stuff, dude. Let's do this, man. We got you guys are lighting up the chat. I absolutely love it. We haven't even started out the show yet. And Soul for Sale is in the building. Most arcade titles will never see the light of day again. I don't know, because John D made a very important point to say, look, I'm not just going to do fighting cabs. I'm going to do cabs that the community wants. And I know you got to understand here, basic fun may be more on the casual side and kind of just acquiring licenses, what their stockholders believe in that is going to sell. You know, John D knows what's going on. He's been around the block enough. He's got his foot to the ground and his ear to the ground. And he's listening, and he knows what's going to sell and what we are going to buy. You know, like, who thought we'd ever get a double dragon cabinet, right? I mean, RK1-Up kind of tinkered with it a little bit, but it was nothing there. You know, a track and field cabinet, a 6-player X-Men, guys. Like, these things, just, we'll get there when we get there later in the show, because it is just, the possibilities are there, which gets me really excited. And I'm building the whole arcade based off of the Alpha 2 cab. That's where I really decided to say, like, hey, look, I'm going to make a push for XL. And I know most of you guys maybe are doing the same. Some of you are mixing deluxes with XLs, doing what you want. You just want the titles. It's your arcade. You do you, man. But I started to look at it as like, okay, how can I acquire the other ones? And I have 3 of the, 5 XLs, really the better ones, right? Because the other 2, the NBA Jam Shaq Edition and the first iteration of Golden Tee had really messed up monitors. So I don't really count those because, you got to do a lot of work for those. But yeah, NWO for life, J-Rod for life. I gotta get that for life on my soundboard here. That'd be pretty
Go
cool.
for broke.
I got that one. We can do that one. All right, guys. I think we have caught up to the chat, and I want to just thank you guys for stopping on by and coming on through. I got a trivia question for you guys. Fastest on the fingers is gonna win. This is for fun. All right, here we go. Question: what was Pac-Man's design inspired to resemble? Guys, in the chat, let me know. Jason says a Cubert cab would sell well. Yes, I believe that as well. My wife would go crazy for one of those. Trust me. She's been wanting one of those for a very long time. I kind of tricked her one time with that fake render. She was pissed. Goofyfoot got it right out of the gate, guys. Right out of the gate. And CornerCade crew channel member Goofyfoot, pizza. It is. It's a pizza. Pizza. Jason got it too. Let's go. Dig Dug, a hockey puck. I mean, close. Dig Dug, close. That is too funny, guys. Too funny. I can't fool you guys. You guys are on top of it. Guys. All right. Vic Vicious, thank you so much, man, for coming up with that trivia question. That was kudos to Vic Vicious, so give him some love in the chat, guys. Let's go. All right, guys, where do we start? Maybe we start with a poll question here. So if I bring this up real quick, all right, here's the poll question, guys. This is from Mike B's show yesterday, all right? It says, what what's more important to you as far as arcade titles, right? And we got the results here. We're gonna kind of match them with the results that go on this show. Okay, so guys, if you haven't voted, go ahead and vote. Let us know. See what's coming, what's rocking and rolling. Calvin Wong, thank you so much, man, for stopping on by. Where's PD7? If I know PD7, he's sleeping in like maybe an hour or so, because the man wakes up at like 2 a.m. to work out. So I'm not waking up that early. I'm a night guy. I'm a night owl. Me and Jason are night owls for sure. He knows what I'm talking about. All right, so there's the results, guys, and it looks like from this polling, you guys want a lot of 80s and 90s classic titles, and a lot of people just want both. I mean, they want both. They want high-powered machines, that are gonna play maybe House of Dead, Daytona, or just maybe the 80s and the 90s titles. And I think that's where really where the bread and the butter of retro arcades is the 80s and the 90s. I mean, I think we can all agree on that, right? I think we can all agree on that. So I'll have that up there. We'll revisit this, guys, when we come back to that. What can I touch on real quick? Let's do this guy right here, the claw machine, guys. Oh, let's put me up top here. Okay, the claw machine. The claw machine, man. This thing, my kids have been asking this for me for a real long time, guys. Oh, this is going to have to come to the arcade, okay? So I saw Mike B got one. James Hates Everything has one. A lot of people in the community have one. And Mike was saying this is probably one of the best products, Arcade 1-Up has come out with, right? So, yeah, we'll see. I guess when it comes here, I don't want to be too loud. My kids are on the other side of the door here, so they could probably hear me talking, but I think Santa Claus is going to have to bring this one to the Cornercade. I would have liked if they'd done a coin door on this, though, because as I showed you guys the last show or the show before, we went to the arcade, all the claw machines had coin doors, so it's kind of a missed opportunity not putting one on right at the bottom there. And maybe that's a mod that we kind of attempt to tackle in the future. But yeah, I actually sold, we sold a little channel update on the arcade. We sold Pac-Man Deluxe. As most of you guys know, we have a XL version, so that's not needed anymore. Sold it to a really cool family that's building out their arcade. I actually talked to them for like 20 minutes as we were doing the sale. They had so many questions, and a lot of them got answered. So as you can see, it's not behind me anymore. That's gone, and it's going to make way for the claw machine coming in here, which is insanity, right? It's insanity. I just can't wait to see the reactions of my kids, what they're gonna say, and even my wife playing it too. And of course, I'll dabble into it. I mean, I'm a big kid, right? We're all big kids, guys. But the problem right here is I'm waiting for this to not just be on Walmart. Okay. Do you guys think Arcade 1-Up is gonna get this back in stock direct? Because if they do get it back in stock direct, that would save me $50. Arcade 1-Up, like I said, guys, is kind of giving up on this community. For a lot of reasons, guys. There's a lot of BS, there's a lot of drama, and there's a lot of people hating on the company. So they said the hell with all you guys, and it is what it is, right? And they're sending these things out to guys with like dirty socks on their hand and a glove, and he's doing reviews in 480p. And I've seen other content creators that are just starting out getting Mortal Kombat Deluxes, Class of 81s, Golden Tee Deluxes. So they're sending machines out for review purposes, just nobody that's even tied to the home arcade community at all, which is an interesting strategy. Maybe spreading the word a little bit on that. But there's some coupon codes that are floating out there, like affiliate links, and that'll save $50, long and short. And when you order off of Arcade 1-Up's website, more than likely, not only can you use that $50 off, but then you take advantage of not only free shipping, obviously, but not paying taxes on it either. So it's now cutting that down a little bit. But right now it's only available on Walmart. Does anybody know if or think that this is going to become available? Like, are they going to get more shipments in for Arcade 1-Up Direct, or are those days over? Sir Sega's in the house. Do you guys know Home Run In? Like, Sir Sega, that's one of my favorite frozen pizzas. Which one did you have? I mean, guys, if you haven't, that's what I assume you're talking about. if you guys haven't tried home run in pizza, I put Jason Little Alien onto that, and he said it was good. He said top 3, easy. Go try it at your local grocery store if it's accessible to you. It's home run in pizza. You can just get the pepperoni and you'll be fine, guys. You'll be just fine. I don't know when I'm gonna make the move. I could get it right now, but I want to see if Arcade1Up can get it direct. So I want to make sure that everything is good. B Kirby, I love you. Guild Force Raceway is in the building. Let's go! It's game time, baby. So with that, you gotta
Go
do
for broke.
Let's go, baby. Now, B Kirby brings up a kind of an important point here, but I can counter this point real quick. So it's on Amazon. You just bought the KI Pro for $800. You worry about $50. Get your kids already. Quit making excuses. Hey, I gotta save $50 because I paid $800 for the KI Pro. I don't want to pay because it's gonna be upwards, and you're talking about $530. I don't know. So I don't know. I want to talk to with my wife, kind of coordinate some things here, because you gotta understand too, guys. Now I gotta buy like 200 rubber duckies to put in this thing. So you're looking at like another $70-$80 to then put prizes in this thing. That was kind of like our goal, right? To do that, to put that in there. And then eventually maybe a riser, depending on how tall or short this thing truly is. So you're getting out there, like, $600 plus for a claw machine. I was hoping to get this on Marketplace used maybe for like 400 or something, right? 350 would have been excellent. Goofy, but you guys seen that video, right? It's direct on Arcade1Up's website, or YouTube. You get it. I actually had to, guys. I'm sorry, I got a little breaking news here. So Goofyfoot is right. Listen, there's no, every content creator can do whatever they want, right? But when I saw that video, I said, Arcade1Up, I can't do this anymore. I had to unsubscribe from the YouTube channel. Go watch the video, guys, from the YouTube. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry, but Goofyfoot said 30 sock in hand is the big untouched market, Danny. I couldn't do it anymore. I left the comments at Arcade1Up. I can't do this anymore, and I had unsubscribed, guys. So I can't. I don't know what they're doing over there. First you had the drunk guys playing the NBA Jam menu game in the lobby. I can't do it anymore, guys. I think most of you listen. If you guys come up with a good product, like what we're gonna talk about next or something, maybe I'll buy it. But I just can't. I can't do this anymore. Like I can't. The direction I just don't agree with. I can't. Well, B Kirby is going crazy, baby. What happened to B Kirby tonight? Usually B Kirby's super nice. He said, dude, I just hear all the bullshit coming out of your mouth right now. He's like, he wants me to double down and order this right now, don't you? All right, we'll take this off the screen here. Hold on a second. We'll go here. Let's do this. All right, where we at? Let's see. So we got we could do, let's do this guy right here. All right, guys. So Terminator. See how I just did that? I jumped into the picture, guys. Did you see that? So Terminator 2 is out now. It's been out for a few. I haven't been live since it went live all over. So you can buy this. Guys, let me know in the chat. Has anyone purchased this? Has anyone bought this? Does anybody plan on buying this? I was pretty hyped when I initially saw this, and I said, you know what? I might bring it back. Why not, right? Let's fill the game room up. I know we're going XL, but this can still work because, it was 68 inches tall, it was still beefy, it was still big. And then we started getting some of the information coming out, right? And I did like what they did with, the coin door. That was huge. Speaker grill covers are going to improve on the marquee. They did do a lot of things right, but then they did a lot of things wrong. And the depth, I'm not concerned about. Even the width. I mean, the width is the same width as your Street Fighter or any deluxe cabinet. Except for any of your midway style. So, the midway style cabinets have those end pieces. Those about a half an inch on each side. So it's going to appear to be an inch bigger, but it's really not bigger. Does that make sense? The body is still 18 and a half inches big. So I was fine, because I plan on keeping Time Crisis, Big Buck Hunter, XL Revolutions on. But then I was just like, why did they make it so short? at least could have gone 63 inches high. You know, that's what the Dynamo packaging is. Same packaging. It was real like, oh man, that sucks feeling. And I don't know if anybody like felt that in the chat. I actually have a picture here. Let's do this. Let's bring this up real quick. So I actually have a comparison. Shouts to Will from the Discords here. Godsend, he's awesome. He mods all the XL cabinets. And I was like, man, that is short. But then I was looking, when you're actually firing, it's probably not bad, right? But we've already perceived this as a bigger cabinet, right? People already own this one, right? So now you're going back to like Big Buck Hunter Gen 1. And it's like, whoa, like it looks dinky. And of course, compared against like a KI Pro, your other XL cabinets, your at games, if you have it, the 4KP or ALU, Time Crisis, Buck Hunter, those are like the bigger ones, right? Those are the bigger ones. Steve Skyhook said he bought one. So awesome, dude. You'll have to like send pictures in of like, the cabinet, and then like next to your other deluxe cabinets, let me know. Send those into the show. Sursag is out. He said no way, no way, Jose. See Marvel, thank you so much, man, for stopping by. All the titles are important to me, even if I didn't grow up with them, because it's just for the love of this form factor and the games that were native experience, which is the arcade game. See Marvel, you say what I preach all the time, man. Like, it's all about the games. It's all about the arcades, man. Like, and yes, I could get a G.I. Joe riser for this, right? But you got to understand too, like, look at where the guns are on, the right where the cabinet is right there. If I raise that up 7 inches, is it too high? Am I shooting too high, right? Because you want that top part. That is the extended piece, right? You want to keep everything else low. Maybe that's a route I take. It's just hard because, like, that's an expensive cabinet for one game. And do I have the most crazy nostalgia for that? Probably not, right? Probably not. Maybe on a sale, it's hard because I got I don't want to say the better version, but the bigger version of Terminator 2. I got that for $350 on sale. So it's kind of hard mentally to pay anything more than that, right? Even though this comes in at $600, still $100 cheaper than what it was. Yeah, but it's 100%. It's about the arcade games and just reliving that experience and bringing that retro arcade back, walking up and down the aisles of your room. Like, that's just the coolest feeling, man. Gale Force says it's kind of funny to read of drama and BS in the community too. The slot car world is identical. Must be grown men playing with their toys. That's crazy. So I've heard that before, that because I've always wondered, like, what? I just don't understand a lot of the stuff that I hear. But apparently this is everywhere, right? And you just got a bunch of crazies everywhere, right? That's life, right? I guess that's just life, right? So again, I'm not part. Jason can experience. He's part of the karate community. Let me know, Jason. But the slot car world is the same. I'm not in the slot car world. Should I become a slot car YouTuber? Let me know. But I thought this picture was really cool. It gives you kind of like a perspective on just what's going on, right? So if we head back down here, yeah, like Mike, it's a good point here. 2 steps forward, like 2.5 steps back. So we're not really making any progress. We're just kind of getting worse every time as far as Arcade 1-Up is. When I say we, it's Arcade 1-Up, Prince Vinny says he's not going to get it, but he's thinking about getting the T2. Kind of cool to have it. Yes, it is a fun, cool, challenging, hard game. So it is worthy to add to your arcade. It's just they did some weird things to this one, and I don't know. I would love to have Arcade 1-Up answer this. Why did you shrink this? You just came out with Big Buck Hunter at 68 inches. Why did you change this? You could have kept the height. Did they mentally think like it would be too high, a tip over hazard, to make it too high, and so skinny? I don't know. They give you the anti-tip straps, so that shouldn't be a thing. But it's just very. I'm curious to want to know what goes on in their development over at Q&A. Like, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, I don't like this as much as it could have been. It could have been really, really cool, man. 68 inches tall. would have been right there in line with the other cabinets. Even like 67, you know, even at 63, like I said, give it just something. 61 though, that is literally the size of your Pac-Man Deluxe, guys, and that is super tiny. And I guess if it's in amongst with your other deluxe cabinets, maybe you don't notice it as much, but I don't know. It's something else, man. Yeah. Let's see what you guys have to say in the chat here. Let's scroll on down. Yeah, you're gonna have to sit on stools for this, right? Like I feel like you gotta sit on a stool to play this, but we're gonna know. Skyhook's got one, so we'll see what kind of happens going forward. Well, going forward, we know what's happening now. Gotta love that sounder, man. Big Kirby's back in the building with 20, dude. 20 CornerCade crew memberships. They are scrolling on by, dude. Let's go, man. That's definitely...
Let's go!
And B Kirby, you're going for
broke.
Broke.
Go for Broke. Bam or die.
Let's go, baby. Let's read them out. Let's see who's anybody that I know. I mean, we have a lot of people here. Bill's Retro Gaming Show. Chris, I've seen Chris before. Raidwater Games. Paul Multicade Mindenman got one. Connell, the Quarter Deck Arcade. Let's go, man. Glarezilla, P-Dubs Arcade Loft, Dr. Z, G.I. Joel, Decade Slippers. Oh my God, the Cyber Styles, huge. Like, it's gonna be a sea of green here. This is not. Thank you so much, B Kirby. Thank you so very much, man. That's
great. Super excellent.
Thank you, man. Really do appreciate it. Supporting the channel. And guys, I've decided to try something here. Now, apparently the super chat goals in the chat don't count for gifted memberships. So if we want to reach and obtain that goal tonight, it is up at the top, guys. And I didn't put it to anything crazy, but it's there. It's there. And I got a special little surprise if that happens, guys. I'm pretty proud of myself with what I created. Well, nobody's going to see that tonight if we don't hit that goal. In T-minus 20 minutes, it is counting down right now. Skyhook, a channel member, says, I will. I'm going to be doing mods to it, even though I'm not sure how the screen mount will look with back being slimmer. Oh, that'll be cool. Like the screen recessed monitor mount. That would be really cool to see. I would love to see that. You got to light up the coin doors too. You got to do that. That is a must have. But yeah, B Kirby is on fire, Paul. Jeez, that was nuts. I love getting hyped, man. I love getting hyped. Hey, Connell, he got the membership, and he's like, oh, I'm in here, let's go. And Richard got the membership. He's like, thanks for the membership. You get like a notification immediately. So he probably popped on in. Thank you guys for popping on in. Jason, Haley's in the house. Let's go, man. All right, where we at here? Oh, no. Stop. P-Dubs is a gent. I was playing golf with him last night. He was pissed off because I won, guys. I won again. I'm sorry. I always win when it like doesn't count, right? When the tournament's not going on, I'm just putting up numbers and taking the game. But I had a blast last night, dude. That's probably the best game ever in VR. It's really the only game I've played is Walkabout mini golf. Yeah. Okay, here. Where we at, guys? Where we at? Jason, what am I giving it to you? What are you talking about, baby? I don't know what you're talking about, but I know what Stock Jock's talking about, so let's let it rip, guys. Stock Jock, thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. $2 super chat. He's going to get this party started. Guys, I need you to get hyped. I need you to get hyped because I really want to show this video off. Let's go. Dude, with this super chat.
I can't believe my eyes. Here comes a new challenger.
Let's go. I can go all day with the soundboard, guys. Will H, we were just talking about you, man. We were talking about your picture that you set up for the T2. You'll have to just rewind it just a little bit, but thank you so much, man, for stopping on through. Bobby 1 ALU is here. He's given a yeah, so we got to do it.
Yeah.
There we go, man. Let's go. Thank you so much, man, for stopping by. Stock Jock, thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel. Really do appreciate it. Now, guys, I have something right here. I have something right here. I know you guys are going to want to look at this. So, who here has pre-ordered the Alpha 2 and is curious to see what this artwork looks like? Thank you to Ezekiel, the Chicago Retro Ranger, for laying the law down and coming up with a bunch of renders for us to show off on the show here. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, guys. So here is what this is an official render from Iconic, but this is one he made up, and it can you can kind of visualize. I think this looks great. I think this looks cool, and I'm really happy. You couldn't go wrong with the World Warrior or the Alpha 2, but I'm really, really happy that I got the Alpha 2. It's something new. It re-inspired my love for Street Fighter Alpha 2. I've been obsessed with it ever since John D announced his cabinet, and then I was getting it. I've been watching gameplay, listening to the soundtrack, just so cool stuff, right? Then it got me into Alpha 3. Third Strike was my favorite Street Fighter. I think Alpha 3 is really competing with that right now. Like, those are just two awesome games. Super excited to have like the 1944 series back on here, 42, and to play the other games, but mainly it's like those 3 Street Fighter games, right? Alpha 2, Alpha 3, and Third Strike. I'm going to be really excited. Guys, what do you think? Shout out to Ezekiel, the Chicago Retro Ranger, for putting this render together of the control panel. And this is what the newer control panel is going to pretty much look like, guys. So let's go, baby. Where we at? Israel's getting hyped, baby. Let's go, baby. I love it. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so this is it, guys. What do you think? I mean, Alpha 2 fans, you like it, love it, hate it? The diamond plate, something different, but we're not gonna have that anymore. We're gonna have this, which I think I kind of like this better now that I see it. I kind of like this better. Not that the diamond plate was bad. I kind of like this better. This is good. This is good progress, guys. Moving forward. Now, speaking of the 1942 series, chat, I'm about to inspire you guys with some renders. So, screenshot for you modders out there. This is your chance. I'll probably throw this in the Discord at some point too. Guys, if you haven't already, the Discord is in this video's description. Moderators, if you could share that in the chat. Guys, go join it out. I mean, we're growing each and every day over there, and I love to have the conversations with you guys behind the scenes when we're not live. And I got the bright lights in my face. We can chat. Vic, let's go, baby. That's right. Get hype, baby. Gale Force Way says, always love the fighting games. Did everyone ever make a Tekken arcade? No, Gail, no. And it is heavily rumored for 2026 that a Tekken Iconic cabinet could come out. I'm just gonna throw that out there, and we'll see what happens. I went all in on the Double Dragon, and I was right about that. So I always go off my gut, guys, and then hopefully it comes with some facts, right? Diamond plate is gone. The diamond plate is gone, and it is now this stony kind of blue, gray, and black color. It looks cool. I like it. And they also changed the buttons from red, white, and blue to red, green, and blue. So it'll be exciting, guys. It'll be cool. It'll look beautiful. This thing is going to be bomb. Much like this guy right here, the 1943 cabinet. So if you guys wanted to do a mod, maybe reskin it, you could take the World Warrior that already has the yellow trim, slap this guy together. And, the great thing about the Pi is you could either keep the stock because, they had the 1940 game on there, or you can just totally do whatever you want to do, right? You can just do whatever you want to do, slap a new Pi in. This looks badass, and the buttons are a little different. This is just a render. But I'll let you guys screenshot that. Another rumored cab here. We talked about Tekken. Well, you might just want to jumpstart your Tekken mod right now, because here's Tekken in the Dynamo form factor. I don't know if this is what it would look like, because Tekken, they would probably change the side art, I got to be honest with you, because they didn't really have, all these conversion games all over the place, right? Maybe they do Tekken Tag or Tekken 3. I showed off Tekken Tag, guys, at when we went to the Garcade, the show before with the claws. We did all that stuff, but they had a Dynamo Tekken there, and I thought that was pretty cool to take a look at and actually see him play. And this would be a must-have for the arcade. I don't know if this is what it would look like, but this is kind of how these Tekken cabs work, guys. They're pretty plain Jane, right? But I would do Tekken 3 or something like that. Yeah, Kato, you literally took it right out of my mouth as I said it here. Tekken 3. would be amazing. I know Vic Vicious is getting a tingling feeling about the modding, so I wanted to surprise him too as well. You modders out there, I mean, this can inspire you. Maybe you do something different. Maybe you show this to a company. You're like, hey, I just want to change the side art, or I just want to change the marquee out, do something different. I think that'd be pretty cool. And one of my nearest and dearest favorites, guys, we did a mod on this one, right? We did a mod on this one, and I think it would be badass. Golden Axe, guys, a Golden Axe XXL. Holy moly, this would be really cool. Like this, I don't want to lose, the Golden Axe that I got. But if I had the opportunity to do this, you buy the World Warrior cab, you got the yellow T molding trim on there. And guys, for those that are saying, well, Danny, they're sold out. You can't buy them. They're going to come back for like a Black Friday sale. I have a feeling. So, watch Amazon, watch some of these other distributors, maybe Spreetail, VMI, who knows, right? But these cabs will be back into production. I have a feeling. Gale Force says Tekken 3 cabinet was pretty wild as I recall. Just Google it. Totally cool. Yeah, they're all over the place when it comes to Tekken. I think if a Tekken were to be done, it would be done in a Dynamo because you already have the R&D done for this. All you got to do is reskin it and put a new pie in and you're done. It'll be a lot more cost effective to do that. Oh, Gale, you got to play this. You got to play the Golden Axe. It's awesome. Such a cool, iconic beat 'em up. I didn't play it before I did the Golden Axe mod, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Yes, Mr. Murph Dog, I did. I mentioned that late to the show. No worries. Says Danny, did you sell the Pac-Man Deluxe Galaga cabinet? Yes, I sold both actually. The Pac-Man Deluxe and the Galaga cabinet both got sold. So we're starting to move those Namco cabs out because I got my Pac-Man XL and it's really all I need right now. It's really all that I need because they all have the same games for the most part. So give this one to you guys. Final fight. This one looks dope. And you can just reskin it. Get one of the cabs and it's already on there. Game's already on there. You can just reskin it if you don't want Street Fighter, right? This would be really cool. So yeah, what do you think? Final fight. I think this one looks really cool too. They all look great. They all look cool, There's nothing wrong with any of them. And I got one more here. And he sent a couple more, but I think I might save some. But I got one more here, guys. And this is SNK versus Capcom 2. So if you guys wanted to get real crazy and, you wanted to take your pie to the next level or put a Nintendo Switch in here or something, they just had the Capcom collection come out and that was on there. This game is on there. That would be really cool. Bobby says the final fight is solid. Jason says this looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks dope. It's just cool, man. It's just like something different, and that ties in to what we're talking about. Do you guys want different games? I would kill for something like this. Like anything. I think I fall in the category of anything new. I was hyped about Double Dragon. I think that's where I'm at. I would love to see more powerful games, more powerful arcade games come out from Iconic. If they had the hardware to finally do it. But I would take anything, anything new. WrestleFest, we're going to be getting that Centipede, something new we don't have an Atari cabinet, right? And that XL big beefy form factor, right? So I think a lot of these would be cool and would be something I personally would be interested in. I can check back on the poll here right now. And like Michael B's poll, what's most important to you? Classic 80s and 90s is literally running away with this, 51%. More powerful arcade late 90s games is 12%. Both would be 26%, and neither just new titles, man. So I know that this is kind of all over the place. We got classic 80s and 90s is really running away with that, and that's like I said, that's what I was saying. It beef. That's the beef of the arcades. It would be really cool to see like some of those late powerful gun games, drivers, even like fighters. I don't know. It seems like with the Pi 5, you can run off of a virtual fighter. You'll be able to do a Tekken, some of those 3D, maybe more demanding fighters. That would be so cool, though. I mean, I haven't personally seen something like that in a none of us have, right? Unless you modded your cabinets, threw a Pi in there or something with the 10,000 games. I think it would just be insane. It would be dope. It'd be cool. I'm just so tired of seeing the same old that 1UP kept doing. And it was funny because I have the KI Pro now. I actually pulled that out to do some work on it. I got a new bezel for it. But when I pulled it out, I saw the the sides, how you see that midway, the cabinet, for you KI Pro owners out there, you know what I'm talking about. They have like the extension pieces from the kick plate. And I'm like, man, that looks so damn cool. Like it really makes it look like a midway cabinet, right? And I was like, how badass would this be if I could find one of these things for $500 on Marketplace and make that into an MK XL? I would love to anything, right? Like an MK2. I personally would probably go Ultimate 3, just because the control panel with that run button, that is like the best, that's arcade accurate. But and the purple skulls would be so cool. Like that would just be really, really awesome. But I would love to see like renders on that. Like that would be really cool to just work on that, because I don't think there's ever going to be an XL MK, guys. I think your best chance, unless Arcade One Up would lose the licensees to Midway. I just don't think that that's going to happen. With any, another company would easily do it. Iconic would do it in a heartbeat, right? But I don't know what's going on with One Up, why they're not doing an XL this year. From what we've heard, nothing as far as XL's coming. They could surprise us, guys. Home Arcade news changes daily. We can get port data tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. saying we have an XL coming to Costco, right? But I just don't think that that's going to happen, and I really think Basic Fun has kind of filled that space out. The thing that sucks is they're doing both Sam's Club and Costco, so you got to get 2 memberships for each, or you got to know a friend so you can get in, right? No, I'm not going to turn any of those into a Mappy. You could do like maybe a Big Blue into a Mappy. That'd probably be as close as with the big marquee, that you're going to get. Or you need G.I. Joel to make you a big marquee for the top. Vic Vicious says, Zeke, I need renders for Cubert, a Yi Air Kung Fu, and a 2-player Gauntlet and Primal Rage. So Zeke, I know Zeke's at soccer right now, but Zeke, if you're watching the replay, you gotta holler at Vic Vicious, man. Yeah, no XL from Arcade One Up, only have Costco Pass. And Mike, this is what I'm really confused on. Why would they pass if the rumors are they're looking for more arcade products? So you could have a Stern, you could have 2 XLs, you could have a pub table, and like a partycade, right? Like I don't understand. Unless their retail space is literally like cookie cutter, where they like that's the one space for entertainment arcades or whatever. It's weird to me how they wouldn't just want more, because that's what they were begging for. Jason says Iconic just needs to focus on 4 to 5 cabs with different control panel layouts. Yeah, I mean you could crank out a lot of cool stuff, man. I mean, I feel like we always say this, that like, next year 2026 is gonna be awesome. 2027 is gonna be the year of XL, right? I think it's now starting to finally come to fruition. I mean, we're going to see it on the tail end of 2025. We're going to have a lot of cool and exciting products. And like I said, I think that's where the seed's going to be planted for 2026 to really watch these companies grow. With Unico, Wonderland will have established themselves, whatever they're doing. Arcade One Up, are they here? Are they not? Glenn will have his product coming out at the end. G.I. Joel's doing his thing. There's a lot of avenues, obviously, with Basic Fun and Iconic Arcade that you can really dive down the rabbit hole and go through. And I think it's just refreshing, right? Because before we were locked into just Arcade One Up. And now it's like, okay, well, they didn't do an XL this year, so I guess I just sit here and get a deluxe or something. Now it's like, okay, they didn't, I have the feeling of, man, that sucks. Could have used a Miss Pac-Man XL. I would have loved a revised and revisited NBA Jam done properly XL. Would have totally bought that. But they don't do something. It's like, all right, what's Basic Fun doing? What's Iconic doing? What's Unico doing? What's Wonderland doing? Like, you have all these other options now, where now you can actually fill out your game room with like maybe 4 XL cabinets and a pinball by the time that all this is said and done. And it's not like Arcade One Up isn't doing anything, right? They brought back the Buck Hunter, so if you missed out on that or whatever the case may be, you like the skin better, great, pick it up. If you, but I just can't. I got to do 19-inch screens now. It's just like once you go 19-inch, you can't go back. And they revisited on the revisited on the Terminator 2. You got that in the deluxe form factor. So I mean, this is something at least, right? And hopefully we'll see if we can get something down the pipeline. I would have really liked to see a Star Wars XL. Vic, I don't know what you're talking about. That machine is beautiful. Bobby one ALU says arcade nostalgia is really in the 80s and the 90s, which I 100% agree. Once you start talking late 90s, 2000s, I'm fine playing them on a console, but nothing like stepping up to a Frog or Galaga, chasing them high scores. Couldn't agree with you more. I mean, there is some truth to this, and then you could say, hey, look, nothing's like stepping up to an Alpha 2 cab and playing that game, or playing SNK versus Capcom. Like, dude, tight. Coming up to a stand-up Hydro Thunder XL. Are you kidding me? Like, how dope would that be? Or any of those cool racers, right? There is a lot of improvement still to push late 90s and to really have some cool stuff. But I think the best mixture is both. I really do. The 80s has a lot of bangers to bring to the table that you could really target both. And I've always said that. I said if companies could just do 4 cabs a year, 2 80s, 2 90s, I think the whole community would be happy as a clam. And at this point, I would say just do 2 cabs a year, 180, 190s, and I'll take it. Because, I mean, give me something here. And I'm talking XL, of course, because this is when XL just did 1. You know, the Arcade 1-Up just did 1 XL. Hopefully we can get that. There's been rumors of TMNT flying all over the place, and it's reported each and every day. It looks like, you know, Basic Fun's back on doing that. We'll see. But it's going to depend on a lot of things with what Basic Fun is doing. It almost seems like they're going to do like, maybe they'll do the deluxe Star Wars this year, and then next year it's already been, the order's been placed for a Star Wars XL. And, you know, they won't offer the WrestleFest XL next year and the Centipede XL. So maybe they'll just have these rotating titles where maybe next year they do TMNT XL, they do Deluxe this year, right? Or then maybe they do, or the Ultra Supreme, I'm sorry, for those of you who want to get technical. But maybe everything flip-flops all over the place, and they kind of just run through, you know, maybe 5 titles, and they kind of just milk those for a little bit. Remember, they got Bandai Namco as well, so, and maybe they don't stop. Maybe there's other, you know, licensors that they can acquire. There's a lot of diving down the rabbit hole that we could go, which would be, we got to just see. We got to literally take it day by day. And you guys, this show, we're a week closer to all of this stuff happening, right? All this stuff happening. I say it each and every week. So we will see. Mike Hawker says Costco has never carried more than 1 stand-up arcade per holiday season. I still expect to see 1. Yeah, I just don't know why. I don't know why. Why not carry 2? Right? Why not carry 2? That I don't know. I don't fully get that. Like, why is that not a thing? You think they would want at least 2? Something different? I don't know. Unless they do the pub table and then an arcade machine, right? And that's kind of like they want to switch it up. It'd be cool if they just carry like 5 of them, you know? You just get this party started, man. Israel says, I think Iconic should just make a different control deck, swap them in and out for the cab already purchased, so you can play different types of arcade games. It seems like with their UI, it almost looks like, you know, a lot of people have said Netflix, you know, a streaming service layout where they maybe want to build on that. You could purchase games in the future, or get them for free. Who knows? But it's going to be tough because they're going to keep it to the same licensor cabinet. So if you have like a Konami cab or something, it's going to be Konami title games, right? If you're going to do a Capcom cabinet, you can only have Capcom games on there. I don't know what Capcom racers there were or whatnot, but yeah, you're getting into the FU territory with that, which at that point, just get the FU, you know, just get the Glenn's FU, the fun unit, you know, the full size unit, you know, get that, you know, because it becomes like a multi-cade at that point. And I know these are multi-cades, but it just becomes too multi-cadey, you know, if you got everything, you're swapping in control decks, which it'd be a cool thing for G.I. Joel to offer some of those swap-in control decks, because like Israel's point here, let's say I wanted to make a Golden Axe Dynamo, right? But I just want to put the 3 buttons in there and have it properly done. Well, Joel can cut that. He's done it before. He did it for the Deluxe, right? So maybe he can make things that are more tailored to that themed cabinet that you're trying to do, because that would be really cool. Superfast says competition is great to a certain degree, but oversaturation of the market may actually hurt things from a retailer point of view. I think the oversaturation comes from when you're re-releasing the same titles over and over and over again. So let's say you're coming out with a Class of 81. Well, we've already had Class of 81, like Deluxe, right? we've already seen that. Like maybe I'll upgrade because it has a coin door and it's the deluxe form factor, speaker grille covers, better marquee, the screen recess. There was a lot of things to upgrade to that one, but maybe some people just kept their old class of 81 on a riser. And like, I don't want this. I want something cool. I want something new. And with this kind of stuff, this is new stuff, guys. This is all new stuff. I mean, guys, Spreetail wanted to place an order for Double Dragon, okay? But because the pushback on Street Fighter was there, it just didn't happen. So we were supposed to be getting we should have already had Street Fighter a long time ago and then Double Dragon for Christmas, essentially. So, these are new titles. Street Fighter, not so much, but what a lot of people don't understand, guys, and I'll keep saying this, is Alpha 2, Alpha 3, Third Strike. The meat and beef of the Street Fighter franchise is in those games. I understand World Warrior was the start of it all, but really the competition play and the games that people go to most, Alpha 2, Alpha 3, Third Strike. I still want New Generation and Second Impact on there, so please put those on there. Like, please, it's part of the history. But that's where the beef is, right? And so this we've never seen in an XL or stand-up. We've never seen an XL Dynamo, so this is all technically new, right? At least to me. I'm going to count that as new. Double Dragon, we've never seen that, right? That's new. Tekken, we've never seen that. That's new. So if you had all these out here, we're looking around like, I got to sell something because I want to get these. I want to get these new exciting titles. I got to let some stuff go here. I got to pick up a second job, right? So that's kind of what I think. WrestleFest, that's new. A Centipede XL, I think this is a little bit different. But I know what you're saying, but I think Arcade 1-Up kind of oversaturated themselves. And it was kind of like the same stuff all the time. It wasn't that exciting point where you had a Turtles, you had a Terminator that just came out, a Ridge Racer, you had a Simpsons, an X-Men. Like, it was kind of just the same stuff when we got past that point that was kind of oversaturating themselves because they were just making the same stuff. Like, they should have came out with that Class of 81 like 5 years from now, or that Pac-Man. And we've already seen that 17 times. But the way things were, they were just kind of milking their own titles. Obviously, they were in financial strains. I mean, they could do literally a whole documented series on Arcade 1-Up, and I think all of us would buy it, on Netflix or something like that, because there was a big spike and a huge downfall. But yeah. Ooh, where are we at here? B. Kirby. I agree with Bobby 100%. The majority of people who spend significant money on these cabs are older Gen Xers. I just bagged Glenn's FU cab, Joel's cab, and Iconic Alpha. Yeah, I mean, that's where it's at. I mean, that's, I always preach this stuff out to anybody that's buying my old cabinets or stuff, but, are you building a game room? Are you interested in other stuff? What are you going to get, kind of thing, but yeah, majority of the people are who lived it in the arcades, right? Now, I fell in love with this hobby, and I fell in love with arcades. I didn't really think much of the arcades. You kind of move on, you're console gaming or whatever the case may be. You're just keeping up with computer gaming, new things, because we're in 2025, right? But this hobby has brought me back to retro, and I fell in love with it, and it's awesome. It's a great hobby to have, and it's great to share with not only your family, your friends, but whoever, and there's a chance for people, younger people, millennials, to get into this, was it Gen Z now or something like that? Alpha, I don't know what they call them now, but little, you pass the torch, right? You pass the torch on to other people because you got to. Everybody's gotta enjoy this, because if you don't keep passing it on to the next generation, it's gonna die off, right? We don't live forever, guys, So, but yeah, like I would agree with B. Kirby on that, a majority are in their 40s, 50s, 60s that are really buying these things. But yeah. Kato says, I agree. Oversaturation comes with rehashing the same thing twice. That's what it is. Really, if they were coming out with exciting stuff or even just different stuff, like, guys, if they came out with a Darkstalkers Dynamo that you see behind me, I'm like, okay, that's something different. At least it's reskinned something different. They had a huge opportunity to do that with the Mortal Kombat cab and really only did it one time with Joust. They could have done it with, Bubbles Deluxe would have been badass, right? Make only 500 of them, sell them direct or something. Come up with other ways. They were probably too locked down to just do anything at that point. And it was kind of like the downfall. And you got a lot of the peasant-cades, and I think they're going to be doing just what they do now. And that's, we're seeing it. It's going to be Everything rehashed in the deluxe, hopefully. Maybe you see a Ridge Racer. I don't know. That was one of our predictions way back in the day. You know, one would have thought you'd see a Star Wars. Don't know if they have the licensors anymore or that, but you know, Ridge Racer, they got Namco still, so you could make a Ridge Racer Deluxe, but would it be super short? You know, would it be that Fast and the Furious still? Who knows? You know? Oh, it's day one, dude. Day one coming to the Cornercade for sure. Give me something different though. Give me something exciting. You rehashed MK2 1,000 times. You could have done a beautiful MK3 Ultimate in a deluxe form factor. Would have been huge. Will H says, did we ever get news from Iconic on the artwork? Well, you're joining the show late. So here's what I'll do. I deleted it. You're going to have to rewind. As I progress through the show, guys, I kind of delete the things that go on the bottom. So I kind of stay organized throughout the show. Well, you're going to have to rewind it because we showed it on the show here. We also showed a lot of cool renders. You like to mod. We showed a lot of XL renders that might tickle your fancy. So catch the rewind on that one. And while you're doing it, for all you newcomers that are coming in, guys, if you haven't already, let's see here. Well, give this video a like, guys. Give this video a like and hit that subscribe button. I'm sure we've already kind of gone down that road with subscribes. Come on, but give the video a like. Let's go, baby. All right, where are we at now? Where are we at? Poll. Let's go to the poll. All right, so let me put this up here real quick as we see our poll and kind of compare. So much like Michael B's poll here, we got the classic 80s and 90s are leading the way, 44% to 52%. And this one almost carbon copies. Actually, it does carbon copy. So people just want the 80s and the 90s Cavs. And I would still be cool with like a House of Dead or something that they shooter get 100%. Sign me up. Are you kidding me? Like that would be insane, right? I think John D was mentioning something, Resident Evil, like shooter. Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't care. Sign me up for that one. I'll make space. But right here, right now, it looks like this is the same. So there's your kind of proof in the pudding, guys. If you haven't already, that's a pretty good indication on what's going on. I know Paul Miniman is doing the same kind of poll in Reddit. So if you haven't already, you can float over there and go vote as well. But I'll take this guy down. Let's see here. No, because it's not in my trash, man. I took it off the if I put one up, I don't know what it's all here. I'll click on a random one and it'll just bring up this, for example. So we'll have to cycle through everything. No, you're gonna get me all over the place. So now I have to go look. Now I gotta go look at all this stuff, and I don't even know what's what. There you go. It's like I gotta cycle through Will H. You're killing me. It's not this one again. Nothing's labeled, of course. But I can see if I can find it. Let's see. I'll do it for you, Will. I'll do it for you. I don't know why did that do that? There we go. Let's see here. The fourth one? No? Why does it? Oh, I know, because I'm not removing these. Okay. Weird. Everything's going crazy now. Okay, here's a Golden Axe one. And Will, you might be all over that. Will, you got the whole show off the rails here. You're confusing my streaming program because it's trying to do one thing and we're doing another. Okay, maybe 15th time is the charm right here. Let's see. Boom. There it is. There you go, Will H. There you go. Now you added all the assets back to the bin. Thank you very much. Will H. Will H, what do you think about this one? Let me know. Mike Hawker says, Danny, so Claw Machine with stock art, doing anything custom? I think my wife and I would agree. I think Pete the Planet would be really cool. Toy Story, given right. I would just leave it stock for right now. I think it would be really cool to kind of customize the inside, maybe do LED lights, maybe add a coin door to it, like a deluxe badging coin door, just depending on what all supports are in the way. Sometimes you can't add a coin door because there's just too much. There's limited space you can use. But yeah, you got to buy like stuff to put in the Claw Machine. So we would have to do that. And then maybe a riser booster in the future, but it's gonna be interesting. The Claw Machine of the corner game. I never would have thought. Oh, Will H, you dork. Yeah, that's a good question. Like, Iconic, where are you? You know, the title of the stream here was "No News is Good News," right? Or is it? Or is it bad news? Like, where's the poll? You guys did the poll. There's clearly a winner. Where is that? Like, why have we gotten the results to that? Things just move so slow all the time. It's a lot. Reddit is for the younger crowd, B Kirby says. I know none of my friends who follow Reddit. We gotta get you active on Discord, kid. Paul, make the poll in Discord. You can do that as well. Do that. Yeah, Paul loves Reddit. I can never get on board with Reddit. I get confused being in there. But yeah, I'll stick to Discord. Discord's enough for me. Discord's enough for me, Paul. So I think this was poll was broader though. 80s and 90s includes an awful lot. Yeah, I wanted to kind of separate it a little bit more, but I wanted to also keep it the same as Mike B's. So well, we got to get this off. There we go. So I wanted to keep this more to like what Michael B was doing, so we can match tit for tat, right? So we can match tit for tat and keep it the same. So it was more accurate data. But yes, I probably would have done 80s, 90s, 2000s, or all, right? I think that would be easier to kind of sum it up. And Will, I don't know what's going on with that Street Fighter side art. Yes, he does fantastic work. So you'll have to thank him in the future. You'll have to thank him in the future, guys. Okay, so that sums it up for me, guys. Guys, I appreciate everybody coming out. We had a pretty fast show. I mean, that went just like that, guys. Claw Machine, kind of sum it up here. I'm disappointed in T2. I wish it would have been a little bit taller. Maybe a Joel Riser booster helps solve that, but I just want to get the cab and build it and be fine with it. Why is it so tiny? My God, but whoever gets this, send your footage in to our show, guys. I would love to actually hear it. Hear it and see it. The email is thecornercade@gmail.com, guys. Definitely do that if you plan on buying it or buying it in the future. Claw Machine is coming to the Cornercade. Oh my God. I still can't believe I'm sorry. I can't shake the notion, right? But the kids are gonna love it and we'll have fun with it, I guess. So they're gonna go crazy over that thing. They go crazy for the claw machines at the arcades. I can only imagine this too much. I mean, Mike B said it was like the best arcade 1-up product that has been released. So that's high praise, guys, for the claw. That's high praise. And you know, Iconic, where you at? Where you at, guys? We gotta know some information. Basic Fun. We're sitting here. You know, I was told that Basic Fun was gonna have information dropping here in August. August is almost over. Like, we're gonna do it the last day of August. Are you really gonna make us wait that long? But maybe it gets pushed back to September. We should any day now. I keep saying that, I know, but any day now we should be getting something. We should be making some advancements here and actually seeing render-wise what we're gonna buy. Like renders I showed you tonight, so we can actually see the Centipede side artwork. It from the box, guys, looks like it's gonna be placed properly. So that's a bonus. That's a plus. And I just really hope that they're not a shittier version of arcade 1-ups. I hope they're either on par. I know they're missing the coin or Basic Funds are, but you know, for their ultra line. But the Supremes, hopefully they're on par. Hopefully they include screw cap covers because I didn't see that on the render as well. But yeah, we'll see. I know for the Iconic ones, they're gonna have nicer controls like my Killer Instinct Pro, which I've fallen in love with. The bigger joystick, the more accurate joystick, the better buttons. Obviously, we've done all the button mods to our arcades. You gotta love those, but we'll see what happens, guys. I know it's been a slow week, but I didn't want to let you guys down. I wanted to come on here Tuesday and talk to you guys because I love you guys, and this is the time that we meet. Zero Redux. We need 30 renders for the next show. You guys like the renders? Let me know. Zeke loves making them, so if you guys really want to see some cool stuff, leave a comment down below, like what you want to see render wise, cabinet and game, and I can see if Zeke can jump on it for you, and he can make it, and you can kind of take that and, you know, either make it yourself or send it over to a modding company that prints those graphics. You can kind of get the jump started on your next mod project, right? Go wild and broaden our minds. I'll challenge Ezekiel to that. Mike Hawker says, I think we have the news 1 week from today. By the way, my arcade street dates all slipped from 9:30 to 11:01. So perhaps there are global delays. There's a lot of delays everywhere, and that's a lot of stuff that got pushed back. All this stuff, like I stated in the beginning of the show. That's why I think we're not hearing anything right now, and maybe that's more end of September, October. We start to hear stuff, and then the stuff drops. Because since a lot of this stuff is going to be coming, Christmas time, it's what they've kind of stated. I don't think you want to get everybody hyped up in August because it'll kind of dive down, which a lot of people don't understand. We live for this, guys. We're going to be talking about this 24/7. So this, we're not, it's okay. Like, we're not going to, the flame won't die. I can guarantee you that. Will says, afterburner render. How are you going to make that now? You'd have to have G.I. Joe make that. It would just, it would look like the actual cabinet, right? Like correct me if I'm wrong. So I don't know. I can ask him. But we kind of took the dynamo, that shape that Iconic has released now, and then okay, what other games can you put in this? What other games can you do? Or I was almost about ready. I was like, chat, we got to put a pin in it. I was almost right there, guys, but Zero Redux is coming through. Are you leaving, Zero? Are you leaving us on a good high note here? I want to request a Chase HQ render. Okay, I gotta hold on. Can you give me 5 seconds to jot this down? I'm gonna text Zeke right now. Okay. Okay, here we go. Boom. There you go. You got it. For the $5 super chat, my guy, you got it. Thank you, Zero, for supporting the channel. I really do appreciate it. Now we're going to end the show on a sad note because we didn't really reach our goal tonight. But that's okay. That's okay. For some odd reason, I must have this. I thought I put it to any, and it looks like it didn't count that as a. I'm new at this. I'm new at setting this up, so I don't know if I did this right, but I think we had 2 out of 5. I mean, if we're batting a baseball average, it's pretty good, right? Go wild. We'll broaden our minds. I'm gonna try to do that. No problem, man. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Oh, I need to see this Vic. So we're having conversations on the sides. Vic Vicious. You guys leave a comment down below, guys. Like what kind of renders you want to see. So I can just text him in one fall swoop, or just tell him to check the comment section of this video so we can really get that party started. And who knows, maybe the next show we can kind of bring you some real cool, funky, exciting renders that we can do. I want to see a Marvel render too. I know he tried to do X-Men vs. Street Fighter. I think the side art was a little stretched, but yeah, we got to get a render wish list for the community. We'd also do that in Discord, but leave a comment on the video. Guys, give it a like too, because if you leave a comment, it kind of helps the engagement of the video. So we can kind of go through and do all that, and then I can kind of know and reply to the comment, and then get that jotted down in the notes. So yeah, we'll do that. Let's do that. That's a good idea. I like that. I like where we're going now, guys. All right, guys. So we're gonna end the show. We didn't get bonus time this week, but that's okay. There's always next week. That means I get more time to play the pinball and my arcades, or wait, possibly VR. Is people golfing right now? I don't know. I don't see any of the. It's funny. The guys I play golf with, none of them are in the chat, so I have a feeling they're all golfing. I appreciate it, guys. All right, guys. Leave a like, comment down below. We're gonna get the H out of here. But before we leave, guys, let me scroll on down here. Can I get a yeah?
Yeah!
Thank you, guys.
Go for broke. Triumph or die. That's enough. Unbeatable. That's great. Super. Excellent. I can't believe my eyes. Here comes a new challenger.
I could be all day with that announcer. I could be all day. He is incredible. I love that game. All right, guys. Go play your arcades. Get the H out of here. We'll see you guys next week. Hopefully, some of these companies can bring us some news and exciting, noteworthy details, guys. Have a good one. We love you guys. This is Danny from the CornerCade. We will see you in the next one. Let's go, baby.